Good afternoon, students. If I could have your attention for a few moments, I would greatly appreciate it. There are a few things that we need to kind of go through that regarding e-learning and hybrid schedules moving forward. So the first part of that, hopefully you can see my screen. Students are required to log in every period at the beginning of each period. So if you rewind back in the spring when we did e-learning, it was basically you could wake up at 11 o'clock in the morning, do your e-learning whenever you chose to, and move forward. That's changed. What's happening now is you need to log into every single period at the time it starts. So for instance, our third period starts at 9:26. That means you need to log in at 9:26 to that Google Classroom or that Google Meet. If you do not log in, if you log in at 9:35, you're probably going to be absent from that period. And I'll get into what that looks like moving forward. But when you've got to make sure that you're logged in during each period every single time. Hopefully your teachers are talking with you today about that and where to find those Google Meets in their classrooms. If you have questions, please ask. If you have questions on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday of next week, whenever those questions occur, please email your teachers and they will get back with you. Monday looks a little bit different. Monday is the old way. Teachers are going to have lessons in their Google Classrooms ready for you to do. You can do those at 11 o'clock in the morning. But starting Tuesday at 8:10, you need to be logged into your first period Google Meet. So and if you don't understand that, please ask, let me know. And the communication is going to be very important as we move forward. The second bullet point is find a spot without interruptions. I know you're going to have interruptions. I know the dog's going to bark. I know there are other things that are going to occur. But please find a spot to in your house that's going to have limited interruptions throughout this e-learning and hybrid experience. Expectations, once you log in, here's what I would ask you to do. Some teachers are going to ask you to turn your camera on. Some teachers don't care whether you have it on, and that's fine. The one piece I would ask, though, is that you mute yourself during this process. So when we do the e-learning next week and the 2 days before Thanksgiving, log in and please make sure you just mute yourself. Just because of those interruptions, there's 20, 30 other kids on that Google Meet. Please make sure that you mute yourself so we don't have that background noise. Today, at the end of seventh period, please make sure you're taking everything home that you're going to need during this e-learning hybrid process. So this will go through more specifically the e-learning, because you're going to come back to school on November the 30th or 31st, depending upon the days that you, December 1st or December 2nd, depending upon if you're an A or B student. That information will be sent out to parents sometime next week between Tuesday and Wednesday. So if you could take everything home that you may need, the math textbooks, the workbooks, anything you may need, take that home today. Our bell schedule, you will receive a bell schedule. I talked about at the beginning the importance of logging in at the right time for the bell schedule. That bell schedule, you will receive a hard copy today of that during eighth period. Also, it's loaded in your Google, the guidance Google Classroom. So Mr. Mersman has loaded that this morning, so you'll see that. If you lose your hard copy, that's fine. Just make sure that you go to Google Classroom under guidance and make sure that you are logging in at the right time for first period. Tech issues, there's a link right here that you can click on if for some reason the Chromebook doesn't work over the next week. That doesn't mean on Wednesday the Chromebook doesn't work and you get a hold of us the following Monday. That means Wednesday, when the Chromebook doesn't work, you click on this link and take care of filling that form out, and somebody in the tech office will give you a call to walk you through the fix. I will additionally be emailing or sending this out to all of your emails, this agenda, so that you can very easily just click on that link. Mr. Mersman also will be putting this on the Google Classroom for any tech issues. The next part is Google or PowerSchool. Some of you, for whatever reason, don't remember what third period you go to or fourth period. If you've got a question about what period you go to, PowerSchool has your schedule. Go to PowerSchool and figure that piece out. In my opinion, if I were you, I would have my email up, I would have PowerSchool up, I would have Google Classroom up. Those would be the three tabs I would have up during this e-learning experience and hybrid experience. In saying that, I don't have it on the agenda, but there's some questions about GoGuardian. GoGuardian works on student Chromebooks. So what that means is when you're at home, GoGuardian still is working. So our teachers are still tracking what websites you're on. So if you choose to log into the computer and you are sitting in the Google Meet and choose to go to a gaming website, our teachers are able to see that. So please make sure you're not doing that. That's just one more step that we have to take care of, and it doesn't make sense. You need to be engaged in the learning process with your teachers. Questions about second period in MTSS? Yes, you will be logging into MTSS during Google Meet, and yes, your teachers will be monitoring what you're doing during that time frame. So you still need to make sure you're doing ExactPath if that's what your teacher says. Sometimes some of you will have lessons that you need to go through. So please make sure you're logging into MTSS. Last part is, if you choose not to attend e-learning and you choose not to attend the hybrid, that's an absence from school. And what's going to happen is our counselors, Mr. Shearing, Officer Lidikin, Mr. Moore, and myself will be making phone calls throughout the day to parents to find out why you're not logged in. This is not a situation where you can I think we have enough systems in place to make sure that students are logging in and are doing what they're being asked to do. So please make sure that you are logging in each day, each period. If there are situations are going to come up, and when those situations come up, that's fine. You need to communicate that with your teacher, and your teacher can go into PowerSchool and change your attendance. We're going to be running attendance reports every day, and those are the phone calls that we'll be making. So again, it's not ideal. I get it. We want to be in school, and hopefully in January we'll be back in school full time and everything's good. But we got to get through the next 2 weeks, and we got to get through the hybrid learning, and we'll do it. We'll get through it. But please make sure that you're adhering to what your teachers are asking you to do. I hope you all have a great Friday. I hope you have a great weekend, and we will see you very, very soon. And if I don't see you, have a great Thanksgiving. Take care.